John Healey, a year ago, your leader promised to smash the gangs that were shipping illegal immigrants across the Channel. It's reported that hundreds of people crossed yesterday, more than in recent times. What went wrong?
Pretty shocking, those scenes yesterday. Truth is, Britain's lost control of its borders over the last 5 years.
How could the UK Defence Secretary, John Healey, admit on live TV that they have lost control of our borders? They haven't lost control of the borders. They have opened the borders. Should he not be ashamed to come on live TV and admit to this major leadership failure? It's his job to secure the borders. Over 1,100 people crossed the Channel in one day, costing Britain millions to house them, clothe them, feed them, and take care of their health care. We will look at some video clips from GB News and Sky News outlining some of the events over the weekend and also highlight some leadership principles. Before we get into the details, if you love diving into political issues and enjoy hearing a principled take on them, then hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel to join the conversation, which will also help our channel to grow.
John Healey, a year ago, your leader promised to smash the gangs that were shipping illegal immigrants across the Channel. It's reported that hundreds of people crossed yesterday, more than in recent times. What went wrong?
Pretty shocking, those scenes yesterday. Truth is, Britain's lost control of its borders over the last 5 years. And the last government last year left an asylum system in chaos and record levels of immigration. I think yesterday tells us a really big problem, which is you've got French police unable to intervene and intercept the boats when they're in shallow water.
Are you a bit hacked off with the French, that they basically still aren't doing the job, despite the money, despite the agreement? They're still not doing it.
No, they're not doing it, but for the first time, 4 years, for the first time, we've got the level of cooperation needed. We've got the agreement that they will change the way they work. And our concentration now is to push them to get that into operation.
He promised to smash the gangs.
Serious answer is to smash the gangs. We have to take those gangs down, to smash the gangs that are running this vile trade, to smash these gangs.
He ditched Rwanda before it even got off the ground.
The Rwanda scheme was dead and buried before it started. It's never been a deterrent. Everybody has worked out, particularly the gangs that run this, that the chance of ever going to Rwanda was so slim, less than 1%, that it was never a deterrent.
So yesterday was a daily record in illegal boat crossings for 2025. Border Force vessels and lifeboats were overloaded, rescuing migrants, and were forced to call on fishing boats to assist, and yachts and kayaks.
The UK border patrol vessels have been overwhelmed by a record surge in small boat migrants. Over 1,000 crossed the English Channel today. The latest arrivals have smashed the daily total for this year as people smugglers pushed out multiple migrant boats from a stretch of French coastline.
Now, we thought the numbers were about 1,000, but turns out it was much more. 1,194, so almost 1,200 people crossed illegally via small boat yesterday. And it seems the French, who were there to assist in this latest event, simply escorted the boats to the UK, even though apparently they can push them back in shallow water. Or, here's the thing, take them back to France rather than to the UK.
Well, another grim milestone reached, but this will be very difficult for the Prime Minister and for the Home Secretary, knowing that 1,000 a day crossing the English Channel has been reached so early in the year. Later in the summer, when we get the real flat calm conditions, then on certain days you could potentially get 1,000 a day crossing. But to get that so early in the year is incredible, really. And it just goes to show what a significant crisis this is and how all attempts at smashing the gangs thus far are not working. The latest count we have is well over 1,000 migrants who have crossed today, potentially up around 1,100. Now that will take the total for the year, if it's 1,100, to 14,700, more than 42% up on where we were last year.
What do we have to provide for them legally? And how long would it be until one of them would be able to claim benefits? And what's the criteria?
Okay, so there are two things. Immediately that they claim asylum, our membership of the UN Convention on Refugees and international law says that we must provide health, housing, a form of income for them to be able to stay, education where necessary, and advice for legal opportunities for them to claim asylum. And so that is why when you're claiming, we get all of these people being placed in hotels, and we get them being allowed to have debt-free dentist care, access to health and hospitals and education, and the legal fees that go with it. And I've just run through the numbers. I'm just looking at my spreadsheet that does the numbers with Mark's figures. That means that we're heading towards 55,000 to arrive this year. That when we'll, just in this year alone, for 1 year only for these people, £3 billion that we will spend upon them. But here's the big number now that I've been watching for a close while, and I'll give you the details. Since 2018, people smugglers have now made 997 million. They're only a couple of months away from making £1 billion in revenue since 2018. And I'll let you know when they hit that 1 billion. So you're looking at people smugglers making $1 billion over that period of time. And we're looking at us making $3 billion a year just on the income, health, and costs of that migrant, excluding housing. So there's no wonder we got these enormous costs. And remember, only a month or so ago, the National Audit Office said it's costing us $4 billion a year in housing as well. I want to add those figures. That's nearly $7 billion a year on illegal migrants. Now, dealing with your other point is once they claim asylum and they're granted indefinite leave, the Home Office washes their hands of it, says it's not our issue anymore. It's over you, the councils, and it's over you to the Department of Health and Social Security. And that is why you're getting £1 billion a month being spent on those people who've now been granted asylum. That's a huge number, 12 billion a year. So when I made estimates that asylum and illegal migration is costing us around 24 billion pounds a year, we're getting close to those figures because it's 12 billion in terms of benefits, and it's nearly 8 billion in terms of the cost of them coming over.
Why does it seem like none of our politicians are really willing to stop or significantly curtail illegal migration? With over 1,100 crossing the channel in just one day, are our leaders failing us or possibly profiting from human trafficking? And if so, who is benefiting? British soldiers secure borders worldwide, yet our UK borders remain exposed. Leaders like the Defence Secretary are failing to prioritize our safety, neglecting key principles of accountability and strategy. If a leader or the government is unable to recognize the problems that the public clearly sees, they ignore any sense of urgency or accountability to solve them. As far as I can see, this is a choice to let this situation continue as it is. If politicians stopped making excuses and took action, this could have already been solved with a common sense approach of enforcing border control, keeping promises to the British people. Blaming the previous administration is not solving the issue. It's time for the Labour government to step up and do the job that they promised to do. What do you think our leaders should do? Let us know in the comments below. If you have benefited in any way from this video, please subscribe, like, share, and be sure to leave us a comment.